Hello and hi, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Indrė, and I'm working here at SMK College of Applied Sciences as International Studies Manager, and I'm overseeing the admission process of international students. So today we're here to talk with Ember, who is a student of general practice nursing. And I'm very happy to have a very nice conversation with her about her experience here in Lithuania at SMK and also to find out some information about her experience in general practice nursing as well. So, hi, Amber. I
Hello.
will be asking you to introduce yourself
Okay.
and tell our listeners how do you like SMK and how did you end up here?
Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Ember. I am 20 years old. I came from Qatar, but I'm a Filipina, and I've been studying, as Andrew already said, general practice nursing. I ended up here in SMK because I was looking for institutes that provide English nursing in Lithuania, and at my time there was no one. There was no institute, but SMK gave me the opportunity for that one, and it's nice because it's only 3.5 years compared to the other institutions, which was 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wonderful. But how you were searching for,
Mm-hmm.
SMK? How did you end up in Lithuania? Because not every international student knows where Lithuania is. So how did you manage to find out Lithuania?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I didn't know first what Lithuania was, but I was searching for Baltic countries, and then I was late for the deadline for Estonia and Latvia, and I looked at the economically, like Lithuania is also good, so I said, okay, why not? I There was an agency that introduced me to it, but I did the process all by myself. So that's how I ended up here.
Okay, wonderful. So maybe you could also, well, tell us, the listeners as well. So why did you choose general practice nursing? Because there are also other professions where you could work in the medical field, but why did you choose nursing? Why it attracts you?
Well, as we all know, there's a global nursing shortage. I mean, maybe for other areas like aesthetic cosmetology in the medical field, but in the nursing in general, there's a shortage, and I believe that not everyone is willing to do it. So if no one would, then who would? And I think, the capacity to be studying this, so that's why I chose it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's not just a career; it's more of a calling too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And well, what has been your journey here so far as a nursing student?
My journey, I just finished internships last month, so I can say it's exhausting but eye-opening and also rewarding. I mean, like, whenever I go in the hospital, I see people every minute, or not every minute, every day. There's some people who die and live, and it just makes you think of how gives you perspective on how life is very delicate and short when you're already in the hospital working with the patients face to face.
So, is it true that before going to the internship, you had
Mhm.
to learn Lithuanian language? And was it hard to do that?
Well, before internships, SMK ensured us that we will learn. So we had this 1 year course of Lithuanian, and there we learned the basic languages that we need in order to do the internships. So, yeah, to answer your question, of course, we need to know the basic languages of Lithuanian because it also depends on the department. Like, when I went to geriatric, of course, there's a lot of old people. They usually don't know much English. So you would need to know the Lithuanian words. As for like the other departments like obstetrics or the clinical nursing in intensive care, uh, SMK ensured that we have nursing mentors who speak English, so it was not that hard on that area. But I guess there would be a bit of language barrier. But if you were willing to go here in Lithuania, of course, you should also be willing to be open with the language. And I guess you just need to be open with that. And if you know that one, in general, the people in the what do you call this, in the faculty, the personal staff in the hospital, they're all very friendly with foreigners, and they're all open as long as you're willing to, and you're also volunteering. So so far there's no much hardships that I've encountered in that aspect.
So, since you finished your internship, maybe you could share with us one memorable experience from the internship that you've done.
I'm glad that you asked that. So actually, I just finished obstetrics department, and one of the memorable experiences there is there was this tall, big guy. He was so jacked. He's like the type of person that you wouldn't even know that he's gonna show emotions. However, when he cut the umbilical cord of his newborn baby, he was crying so hard, and he was kissing the forehead of his wife. And for me, that's just raw. I experienced a raw, unfiltered love, and also how a new life entered the world, and it was just surreal. You don't see this every day, so that for me was a rewarding experience because I was in internship at 10 p.m. and because I was busy with work. So you can adjust actually your schedule in internship, so that's also nice. And yeah, that's the memorable thing that I think I'll remember for a long time.
Oh, that's very beautiful. Okay, so, but talking about studies here, um, so what has been the most exciting part of your study so far?
The most exciting thing about my study so far is actually we have our professor Christina. She always takes us to different social care institutions where we will meet people with disabilities, senior citizens, and also about teenage pregnancy. So there we meet diverse people, and I realized that I just don't need to know about medicine. You also need to learn more about the psychological aspects, about having empathy and connection and emotional intelligence to interact with these people because kind words and patience can heal as much as medicine can do.
Hmm. Okay, wonderful. And how Lithuania changed you? Well, cultural aspects here, I believe they're different from where you come.
Mhm.
So, how Lithuania changed you as a person?
Actually, I would say that it's really underrated on the Lithuanian hospitality. They don't know that, okay, most of the Lithuanians, they are cold and reserved. However, if they welcome you, you have friends for life. Like they are really hospitable. They even though they don't have enough food, they will give it to you. They will wear your jacket for. They're very nice. So that's also one of the things that I'm thankful for, and one of the things that I learned so much in Lithuania is independence, because I don't know, I was living a comfortable life in Qatar. Everything was okay, but if you want growth, you need to go out of your comfort zone, and Lithuania gave me that opportunity to open my horizon, both academically and socially.
Hmm. But, like, going back to the moment when you came
Mm-hmm.
here to Lithuania, what kind of challenges you were experiencing? Because most of the time, international students who are willing to go to studies abroad, they're always asking about those challenges. So, how have it been with you? What kind of challenges you experience?
Well, first, I guess, is the climate change because I came from a very hot country. So you need to be prepared with that. I guess with clothes, everything, take your vitamin D because there's not much sun in here. As for the social aspect, at first of I came here alone. I didn't know the language. I didn't know anyone. So thankfully I'm still alive. I think it's manageable. If you will feel lonely here in SMK, they offer like a lot of events. Even we have the International Students Network. I'm part of that organization. So we try to gather all the international students, make events, have fun. So I guess if you're feeling lonely, SMK offers that social activities for you. So everything good with that.
And maybe you could talk a bit more about the International Student Network. What
Mm-hmm.
kind of events do they do, and in general, how people can join it?
Okay, so we have International Students Network. You can follow them on Instagram. It's ISN underscore SMK. And then, so basically, what happens here is there's events monthly. There's 2 to 4 events that happens, but every month we have cultural evenings. So if you're from a country and you are willing to present, share your culture, your heritage, we would be enthusiastic to listen about it. And we also have SMK picnics. We have field trips to Trakai, Claypedia, Kaunas, and I think you will meet a lot of international people, and every semester you will meet new Erasmus. So when you're going to SMK, make sure you follow our Instagram account, and there you would find lots of people.
Amazing. Very good promotion to our international student network. Okay, so talking about also skills.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think? What kind of skills are
Mm-hmm.
needed when you went to study general practice nursing, and what kind of skills you developed so far during your study years?
Okay, so first of the skills, and I guess also essential qualities, is first you need to be genuinely willing to have the passion to do the nursing, because you cannot fake it. I mean, like, just because maybe of the high salary that you might get after nursing, it's not just about that. As they said, it's more like a calling that you're really willing to do it, because your the people's lives depend on your focus, skills, and judgment. So you need to enhance your skills. And also another essential skill that you must have is time management, because in here you have a lot to learn, a lot to memorize. And also one more thing is that you need to have crisis management, because when you work in the hospital, would be a lot of circumstances where you need to act quick, to think quickly. So you need to also learn how to be calm when you're under pressure.
Mhm. And what kind of advice you could give to the applicant, to the future student of SMK who is applying for general practice nursing study program?
Well, I guess my advice is, if you're really willing, if you really want this, just grab the opportunity, apply now. I mean, SMK, they offer the European degree that will give a lot of many possibilities and opportunities worldwide, because right now companies from Norway, they are visiting us, and they're recruiting even before we graduate, that we can work in other countries. And so that's one thing. And also another advice is that for me, it was a roller coaster ride to study here in SMK. There were ups and downs, but just continue, just enjoy the ride, and I promise it will be worth it.
Okay, amazing. So, Amber, thank you
Mm-hmm.
so much for very nice conversation. And I really hope that our listeners and the future students of SMK will find this podcast beneficial. So don't miss the chance. You still have a chance to apply here if you want to become a general practice nursing student. So you can apply simply on our website, which is apply.smk.lt until the 1st of July. And well, I hope to see you soon on campus. So thank you so much,
Thank you
Amber.
so much, Indrė.